Have you ever noticed a woman walk past you and instantly felt that something about her is different? Not loud, not flashy, not trying to capture attention. And yet somehow she does. There's a quiet elegance about her. The way she moves, the way she carries herself, the way she simply exists in a space without effort. It's the kind of presence that doesn't ask to be noticed, but is noticed anyway. And what's interesting is that this kind of elegance rarely comes from expensive clothes or perfect styling. In fact, it often has very little to do with what someone is wearing. True elegance is usually revealed through something much subtler, the things a woman chooses not to do. Today we're going to explore 7 habits elegant women tend to avoid in public, small behaviors that quietly shape how others perceive composure, confidence, and refinement. Some of these may seem minor. Some might surprise you. But once you begin noticing them, you'll start to see how powerful these subtle shifts can be. Let's begin. 1. They don't feel the need to overexplain themselves. One of the quickest ways people unknowingly diminish their presence is by explaining their choices far more than necessary. You've probably experienced this before. Someone asks a simple question, and suddenly you find yourself giving a long explanation. Why you chose that restaurant, why you declined an invitation, why you prefer something different. Before you know it, you're offering reasons no one even asked for. Many of us do this without realizing it. Often it comes from a quiet desire for reassurance or approval. But elegant women approach this differently. They don't feel compelled to justify every decision or preference in public. Instead, they offer clarity, and then they stop there. Not because they're distant or dismissive, but because they are comfortable allowing their choices to stand on their own. A calm, simple answer often communicates confidence far more effectively than a lengthy explanation ever could. Sometimes the most powerful statement is simply saying what you mean and leaving it there. 2. They don't compete for attention by speaking louder. Elegance isn't about being silent or timid. It's about having control over how you present yourself. Elegant women don't try to dominate conversations by raising their voices or speaking over others. They don't rely on volume to be heard. Instead, their tone tends to remain steady and composed. Their words are chosen thoughtfully, and when they speak, it feels deliberate. Have you ever noticed how people instinctively lean in when someone speaks calmly? Loud voices may grab attention, but a composed voice often holds it. There is something naturally compelling about someone who speaks with calm certainty. It signals confidence without needing to prove it. And that quiet composure often leaves a much stronger impression. 3. They avoid oversharing personal details. Being open and vulnerable can be a beautiful thing. It's how we connect with others and build meaningful relationships. But there's a difference between being open and leaving a conversation feeling exposed afterward. Many people have had that moment where they walk away from a conversation thinking, why did I just share all of that? Maybe it was about your personal struggles, your relationship, your plans, or your next big move. Oversharing can sometimes happen in the moment, and later leave you feeling drained. Elegant women tend to be thoughtful about what they reveal and who they reveal it to. Not because they are secretive, but because they understand that not everyone needs access to every part of their life. Some stories are meant for close friends. Some moments are meant to remain private. Elegance often carries a quiet sense of mystery. Warm, open, and friendly, but also intentional. You don't need to narrate your entire journey to everyone you meet. Some parts of life unfold more beautifully when they remain personal. 4. They don't rush to correct people publicly. Imagine someone says something in a conversation that you know isn't quite right. Your first instinct might be to jump in and correct it. Not because you want to argue, but because you know the correct information. Elegant women tend to pause before doing this. They take a brief moment to ask themselves, is this the right time to address it? Does this need to be corrected publicly? Often, they simply let the moment pass. Not because they lack confidence in what they know, but because they understand that not every situation requires immediate correction. There is a quiet strength in choosing your moments wisely. Elegant women are not afraid of honest conversations, but they prefer to have them in the right setting at the right time. Sometimes composure means allowing small things to go. And that restraint often communicates far more confidence than constant correction ever could. 5. They respect time, their own and others. Punctuality may seem like a small detail, but it speaks volumes. Of course, everyone runs late occasionally. Life happens. But there's a difference between being delayed once in a while and consistently arriving rushed and flustered. You've probably seen it before. Someone enters a room hurried, apologizing repeatedly, trying to gather themselves while everyone else waits. That sense of stress arrives with them. Elegant women tend to respect time, both their own and the time of others. They aim to arrive calmly, often a few minutes early. This allows space to settle in, take a breath, and become present. Elegance isn't about making a dramatic entrance. It's about arriving with quiet ease. 6. They don't become overly familiar too quickly. Warmth and kindness are beautiful qualities. But there's a subtle difference between being friendly and becoming overly familiar too quickly. When closeness develops too fast, boundaries sometimes don't have time to form. Elegant women allow connections to grow gradually. They remain open and approachable, but also observant. They give relationships the time they need to develop naturally. This isn't about being distant or cold. It's about allowing trust to build at a comfortable pace. And when relationships are given the space to grow slowly, they often feel more genuine, more stable, and more respectful. 7. They carry themselves with calm confidence. If there's one idea to take away from this video, it's this. Elegance often reveals itself in the quietest moments. The way you enter a room. The way you stand. The way you respond and someone notices you. There's no need to rush into a space or shrink yourself in the background. Take your time. Walk calmly. Let your movements feel natural and unhurried, almost as if you're gliding. And when someone offers you a compliment, resist the urge to dismiss it. Many people instinctively respond with something like, "Oh, it's nothing." But elegant women accept kindness with grace. A smile. A simple thank you. That's enough. Stand with your head up and shoulders relaxed, not stiff, just open. You're not demanding attention. You're simply allowing yourself to be present. And that quiet confidence, that ease, is what people tend to remember long after the moment has passed. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope you found something meaningful in these reflections that you can carry with you. If you enjoyed this video, a like or a comment truly helps support the channel. And if you'd like to explore more ways to cultivate timeless style and elegance, you can find additional resources and guides linked in the description below. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you again soon.